Why do birds suddenly appear? This is game number 9 in this session. This is She Could Fly, documentary escape game. I received the key to play this one from Gmailer like a few weeks ago, like a pretty long time actually. Second ya. Is this okay? Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us here to play this digital documentary escape game. I'm Christopher Cantwell, the writer of the comic She Could Fly, which inspired this game.
I'm Martin Morazo, and I'm a comic book artist. I received an email from Karen Berger asking if I was available to do a book with her, and it was like a really nice story, and the mental health issue was pretty important to me.
The idea became She Could Fly, which was the story of a woman who flew through the air, but told through the lens of a 15-year-old girl who was suffering from my exact form of OCD.
Hi, everyone. I am Karen Berger. I am the editor of She Could Fly. Luna is, I think, an archetype for what it's like being a teenager. That feelings of doubt and insecurity, low self-esteem, worrying about what other people think about ourselves, and worrying if we're going to make the right decision, and really just trying to figure out who the hell we are. The fact that Chris has suffered from OCD since he was a young child makes the story so much more authentic.
This is a very personal story for me. So good luck, go forth, see if you can escape this game, and you might see me again knocking about in there as well.
So yeah, this is game number 9 in the session. This is She Could Fly, documentary escape game. I received the key to play this one from Gmailer a few weeks ago, like a pretty long time ago, probably like 6 or 7 weeks ago. The deadline is approaching, so I actually decided to play it near this time. If you guys interested, feel free to type !G or game in the chat room. Thank you. Hope you can enjoy this stream and the broadcast. Second ya. Also, this is probably like also the time for me to try.
Hey guys, how you doing? Tiger Orchid here. Good to see so many of you online, especially as I'm running a bit late today. Sorry.
Waalaikumsalam, Bang Deus, selamat pagi.
Hey chat, what's going on? I've got my caffeine fix, got my snacks. So, we've got this new game, She Could Fly digital documentary escape game. Alright, so we're gonna have to help each other out here.
Pagi, Bang Deus, selamat datang. Mengantuk dan lelah, tapi aku sisa 2 game lagi, jadi nggak apa-apa. Mic baru? No, mic lama ini. Sudah 19 bulan bersama dengan mic ini. Tidak mic baru. Martin Morazzo, She Could Fly. What is this? It opened a website. Martin Morazzo, comic book artist. Should I use desktop ya? Second ya. So in case there are anything that's going on, we can see something. Martin Morazzo, comic book artist. Should I can't scroll the page? Mungkin karena backgroundnya beda, jadi berasa ada yang baru. Ini mah Tirai yang biasanya ada bang. Lampunya aku matikan. Coba. Semoga masih kelihatan jelas. Begitu. Tumbe belakang terang. Karena aku sebenarnya membelakangi matahari bang. Sebenarnya. Let's see. So, what do I do? Oh, move. Okay. Why do I have to look down here?
Right. Just getting used to this point and click and turning around right.
Betul bang. Makanya aku lagi mencoba. Apakah nggak apa-apa? Tapi tadi aku tanya si Eza kayaknya nggak apa-apa. Coba dulu ya bang. Sekali-sekali. Nanti kalau aku lihat VOD-nya lagi, kalau misalnya nggak bagus, mungkin aku hidupin lampu aja ke depan. The universe is breathing. Pagi betul ya bang Deus. Apa kabar bangun? It's soft like water. It's abandoned. House with no flow. Martin Morazzo. Again? Huh? Okay. Argentinian artist Martin Morazzo. Oh, you are not supposed to be able to scroll then. Okay. It's still pretty though. Dari subuh dong, masih semangat-semangat jam segini. Tutup gordonnya, aku hidupin lampu kalau gitu bang. Biar aja bang, aku coba sekali-sekali. Biar ngecek apakah besok-besok kalau misalnya aku sampai siang begini aku stream, apakah tidak apa-apa tidak hidup lampu ya begitu. Let's continue. What if I do this ya? Oh, doing 25% doesn't do anything. Okay.
Okay, let's take a look. I love walking games, escape games, but I'm hoping there's no jump scares. Although I love horror games, I'm not that into jump scares.
University of Finest Art, Hannah
Okay, some
Rampersad.
sort of certificate. Hannah Rampersad, BA in Fine Art, very posh sister. Good for you.
Sarah Kane. Saya lurking dulu ya bang, mau gerak jalan pengguna matahari. Oke, thank you much. Thank you so much bang Deus. Hati-hati. Enjoy morning jogging, bang Deus.
Right, so let's go through here. All right, so it's not a creepy Victorian horror house, or okay, it looks nice in here, right? Not creepy at all.
Adamtine, Coma.
I think we should try the door by the pink. It's a piece of the She Could Fly comic book. But why would someone rip up a comic book?
Collect comic pieces placed on table when you have completed page.
Okay, a pink elephant, cute.
The bot place.
Okay, here we are. It's a letter. What does it say? Poor Hannah. Yeah, I feel sorry for her. I have a heart. I have a heart.
Oh, place it here. Okay.
And another piece of what looks like a comic. Hey, what's going on? Don't sit down. No.
Ooh. Why are we changing place? Hi there.
Okay,
Hi.
you're back. Cool. Woo, I was having a bit of a heart attack there. Look, I can't seem to hear what's going on when we sit in that chair, so might be my headphones or something, but maybe let's not do that.
Hi there. Hi. What should I do? Should I just sit and wait? You're sitting on the reassuring beanbag, and then? This is a space to relax and figure out your next move. Okay. Be sure to find the comic pieces and put them on the plinth. Okay. Watch all the documentaries to find your path to freedom. Okay. Anything else? Come back to me whenever you are lost or stressed. Okay. I don't see any other pieces. Let's go here.
Ooh, that beanbag looks comfy, doesn't it? But we don't have time to sit down. We've got things to do.
So I need one more. Where could it be? Can I take a look inside? No? Okay. Ooh, a room.
Okay, it all looks normal in here. It's a bit messy, actually. Well, look here, another comic piece. I prefer it when you find money in the mess. Tidy your bedroom, Hannah! I mean, to be honest, I'm actually a messy person. But let's not... Ah! No, I'm only joking. I'm joking. Just pretend there's a jump scare. Sorry. I hope I didn't freak you out. The chat is going crazy.
What are you talking to? The chart. Who?
Nice, you found all the pieces. Maybe you can read a bit of the comic. I am just...
Comic
the
delight.
artwork is beautiful.
What is OCD?
OCD is really interesting because it can present in so many different ways. I think the unifying theme is it's really about a fear of causing or failing to prevent harm to yourself or to other people. And the ways in which that can show itself are really varied. So worrying about checking things or contamination or causing harm. But the key thing is it causes people a lot of distress and takes up a significant amount of their time. It's pretty common, so about 1 to 2% of the population is estimated to have OCD.
The O part of OCD, the obsessions, are intrusive thoughts, images, urges, feelings, something that causes you extreme distress and anxiety. So they might be around the fear of harming people, the fear of being contaminated or becoming ill, the fear of acting sexually violent on somebody. They can literally be about anything, but usually they are against your morals or your identity or something that doesn't sit right with you, something that you fear doing. And the C part of OCD, compulsions, are the things that you do in response to the intrusive thoughts to try and alleviate that anxiety. So that can be anything from physical rituals such as tapping things, counting out loud, or mental rituals like avoiding certain situations, asking for reassurance, or ruminating.
There's pretty much always like a really meaningful link between the obsessional thoughts that people have, the thoughts of harm occurring or the intrusions, and the compulsions that people do. If, for example, you're having obsessions that you might stab a family member across the dining table, then the compulsion might be to sit further away from that person or to not be anywhere near a sharp knife. If your obsession was that you might blaspheme, you might do rituals of trying to push those thoughts out of your head or to pray for forgiveness.
My first experience with OCD was when my mum would go to work as a teenager. If she wasn't home by 8 p.m. every day and it was like 10 minutes late, she was 10 minutes late, I would flick switches, I'd be super anxious. And I remember one of the biggest compulsions I had as a teenager was I was doing some exercise at home and I was doing some lunges and I was counting reps in my head, and anytime I got an intrusive thought, I would start the rep all over again. And the next day, my knees were bruised purple because I was compulsively exercising. And that's when I knew something didn't feel quite right.
When I was 12, 13, my mum got a brain tumour, and my OCD kind of manifested in, again, trying to control everything, but I never knew anything about OCD during this time. Absolutely nothing. It waxed and waned probably until I was like 24. This is when I was diagnosed. I had really bad health anxiety. I was convinced I was going to die and no one could tell me otherwise. I ended up having to go to a psychiatric hospital and stay for 3 weeks. And that's when they diagnosed me with OCD. I was doing so many compulsions to check for illness.
obsessions can take a host of different forms, which is why sometimes it's hard for people to realize they have OCD. It could be someone worried about causing an accident, like forgetting to turn off the stove. It might be someone with urges to arrange objects in a room until they feel just right. It could be feeling the urge to compulsively urinate. And I'd say that the ones that the public seems to know more about involve obsessions with themes about contamination and germs, symmetry, order, or causing inadvertent harm.
I often kind of think of intrusive thoughts as a kind of spam email. So all of us kind of get intrusive thoughts. It's not just common to OCD. So while we're walking around, we're constantly being bombarded by these spam emails. And most of the time we've got spam filters active. So we kind of, on some level, recognize that the thought we've had is not really relevant to what we're talking about right now. Occasionally, some spammy thoughts will kind of work their way through to our inbox, and they can be mislabeled as high priority. You've got to like deal with this right now. And that trips up a lot of people when they start worrying compulsively about something, that they take a sort of benign, spammy, intrusive thought and start to prioritize it and treat it like it's something that really is important and does need to be dealt with there and then.
My first memories are when I was 8 years old. My dad had just died, and I remember I started to get these really anxious feelings. And by touching things, touching door frames a set number of times, saying phrases a set number of times before I went to sleep at night, kind of took away that fear.
And that's why it's very important that people get the help at the right time, because OCD is like a bully. It is waiting for you when you wake up. It's constantly there, nagging you, telling you to do things. And the bully tends to grow and make more and more demands as the OCD tends to grow and gets more complicated.
We have 2 more hotspots in the comic.
Compulsions can also involve other people. An example of that might be is reassurance seeking or excessive reassurance seeking, where people might ask their loved ones repeatedly whether their hands are clean, whether they did something inappropriate, etc. So that can become very compulsive and very time-consuming and interfering as well.
When I was 19, I looked it up, unwanted intrusive thoughts or unwanted scary thoughts, and I found out that there was a thing called OCD, and there was a nickname called Puro for people like me who were experiencing these intrusive thoughts but who were only using kind of mental, invisible compulsions like thinking over and over a past event, ruminating, worrying, and seeking reassurance from others. There were people who were doing these things, but not washing their hands, not counting, not tapping, not switching lights on and off.
People are often not quite sure why they're doing them, but they know that they do reduce their anxiety. And that's the first thing that they want to act on.
Okay. Oh, here it is.
OCD works as a kind of cycles. When the thought comes along, for me, I'll feel really endangered. And because of that feeling of danger, I feel like I need to do something to get rid of it. So I do a compulsion, and for me, that's an internal compulsion. That, for a short term, alleviates the anxiety. It makes us feel a little bit better. But over time, it tells our brain, actually, you do need to do a little compulsion to get yourself to feel better. So we enter this cycle of experiencing intrusive thoughts, feeling endangered, needing to do a compulsion to get rid of it. So the cycle continues.
I was actually studying abroad in Melbourne, and it was probably one of the happiest times of my life. And then I just got plagued with these really terrifying intrusive thoughts. I won't go exactly into the different thoughts, but yeah, they were just really, really scary and made me fear my own mind.
I think OCD is like an overactive alarm in your head. It's like going around with radio fear on all the time. It really constrains your world, it shrinks it, and it makes you hyper-focused on things that don't matter to anyone else.
When I first realized that what I had was OCD, it was quite scary because I had a certain idea that OCD was just about cleaning because of the way I grew up. I had only ever been exposed to the idea of OCD from obsessive compulsive cleaners. And my mum and I used to watch it, and she used to always say to me, if I don't clean my room, this is what's going to happen.
What it feels like for me is that I'm in a boxing ring and there's someone else in the boxing ring and it's also me, and I'm relentlessly beating myself up and I can't keep my gloves up. I think I use that phrase a lot when things are just feeling overwhelming in my life, which is I just feel like I can't keep my gloves up, I can't keep my guard up, and so you just end up on the ropes, and I continue to feel like I'm being pummeled, right? And that my mind is being relentless with me.
Okay, well, that was pretty moving stuff, and they were real people, right? So watching these films, that's gonna help us.
How many loop?
Can you hear that lock sound? Or someone's trying to tell us something. All right, let's get out of here.
How many loop are there in this game? Wow.
Sweet freedom. And I'm getting quite hungry. Maybe we can stop for some pizza or something.
Pagi Kaneko, selamat datang kembali. How is your sleep? The house that groaned.
Oh.
I don't know, I was thinking of...
Well, we're back. Ah, that old chestnut. Oh, they want us to find the comic pieces again. Oh, of course they do. Okay, all right. Let's try again.
I was thinking of playing the game until loop 2, and that was loop 1.
Back where we started again.
For now, probably I'm going to continue this offline.
And back in the lounge. Okay, so we know what we got to do, right? Collect pieces of comic and put them on that plinth thingy. Okay, so it looks like these pieces are from a new set of pages.
Udah game ke-9. Sisa satu lagi habis ini. Pagi kok. Apakah sudah sarapan? What is this? Oh, again. Mata Anda kuat sekali. Karena saya sudah terbiasa mungkin ya. Jadi stamina-nya memang sudah dijaga seperti itu. Walaupun kadang-kadang lelah dan mengantuk, tapi sudah dijaga. Makanya aku tidurnya pagi sampai siang atau sore. Karena nanti di jam malam aku terbangun kan terjaga. Begitu. Selamat datang kalau begitu. Selamat pagi. One more. Where could it be? Could it be here? Oh, there's another room.
A kitchen. Right. The kitchen is one of my favorite places. Okay, the hunger is kind of... How does Darth Vader like his toast? On the dark side. Sorry. Okay, one more. What did the toast say to the psychic? You read my mind.
Ew. Such a really bad joke. Oh, the comic.
We're getting good at this. Well done, Team Tiger. Okay, I'm never doing that again. Let's watch these films.
I've been hearing about it on the news. It's pretty crazy. So you're allowed to say that the word crazy? If that makes you uncomfortable, I'll say unusual. There's been like 10 sightings of her in a month. The government's all we don't know, so she's really capturing your imagination. Saya mandi dulu Bang Arli biar seger. Oke, selamat mandi, selamat beres-beres. How's the first week of sophomore year? Luna Breuste, grade 10. Rubber ball. It's whatever. Before he retired, Dr. Strick had mentioned you were a little worried last year when you started freshman. You like working here so far? Okay, let's go back. You met her. If you all get intrusive thought, when does it become disorder?
From studies, we know that if you write down or get a list of all of the different intrusive thoughts that people experience, and if you ask experts to distinguish between the intrusive thoughts that someone with OCD has and the intrusive thoughts that someone that doesn't have the disorder has, we know that experts can't distinguish between them. So if we're all experiencing these intrusive thoughts and the content's not different, the thing that is different is the meaning that we give to those intrusive thoughts.
I would say feeling stuck in a loop with OCD genuinely feels like hell to me. Like if I had to envision hell, purgatory, it would be a compulsion, and I just feel like every fiber of my body is burning, my hands are sweating, I feel anger, and I just feel nothing but distress. And as a result of struggling with OCD, I have struggled with some severely low moods, and it has taken me to really dark places where I would rather just not exist than be stuck in this tornado. It's like there's a hotel that I want to enter, but I'm just caught in the revolving door, and it's really frustrating because I just want to check in and I just want to get on with my day and I can't. And then all these other people are behind me, but these other people are like all the other thoughts that are now coming in, and I can't let these thoughts flow through because I'm fixated on this revolving door, and it's just a blockage between my normal thoughts and me wanting to progress with my day, and I feel like I can't, and it just feels too painful.
Okay, trust. Anxiety disorder. Okay.
Fear responses are absolutely vital for our survival, but anxiety is as well. Anxiety is, at its core, an evolutionary adaptation to us understanding threats that may be occurring and helping us to evaluate how to take action.
So my kind of fight-flight system will switch on. I feel really hyper-vigilant, like I need to look out for danger, like everything's going against me. Physically, that feels like my heart racing, sweating, feeling quite claustrophobic, feeling quite stuck, and needing to kind of get rid of this feeling that's horrible.
So we don't know exactly what it is, what causes OCD. It's probably a mixture of things. So, genes explain probably some bits of it. The environment explains probably a lot of it. And then, people's experiences can also play a role. Sometimes it's very clear. So I've seen people, for example, where their OCD involves lots of checking behaviors. So they find it very difficult to leave their house. And when they were children, their house got burned down because someone forgot to turn the cooker off. Sometimes it's that obvious, and you can make that link, and it makes perfect sense why people get quite preoccupied with these kinds of things. But sometimes it's just completely random.
Okay.
It makes me very, very angry when kind of famous people are saying that they're a bit OCD. It's so offensive. It's unbelievable that people can do this. You would never say this about any other things, like, oh, I've got a tiny bit of cancer. That's great because it makes me thin. But with OCD, people think it helps them to keep their house clean. It's stupid, ridiculous, and makes me very angry. Anyway.
People don't even know they have it because there is such a lack of knowledge around it, and people are ashamed of thoughts they'll have or little compulsions or obsessions they have that, they're frightened to tell anyone they know or even a doctor. So the myths that minimize OCD are particularly harmful.
I think that shame and that embarrassment comes from the fact that we just, we don't talk about OCD enough. We don't talk about the dark side of it. We don't talk about the taboo intrusive thoughts, the embarrassing compulsions. And we need to talk about those more to normalize them, so that when you say to somebody, I have OCD, they don't respond with, oh yeah, me too. I really like my house clean and tidy. They respond with, oh my goodness, that's awful. I'm really sorry to hear that. And they really take it seriously.
I really have to play this game offline. What are harm
Harm
or
thoughts
taboo
can
OCD
be,
thoughts?
Sometimes people fear causing accidental harm. So that's where you're worried that, you might leave something like the stove on, something dangerous on at home. So there's that kind of fear of accidental harm. There is the fear of people causing purposeful harm. So this can take the form that you see with Luna, where you might worry or have thoughts. You might just have these images of harming people that you love the most in the most gruesome ways.
Or that you're going to be to blame for like a mass incident of harm, or that you have harmed, so that you see a newspaper article that says there's been a school murder and that you worry that you were somehow involved or somehow to blame or somehow caused it.
OCD seems to turn what the sufferer finds most objectionable into obsessions, then vilifies the sufferer for having them. So people with OCD are naturally people of good conscience. Because the disorder leads them to doubt their goodness, they perform rituals to compensate for any badness and to prove their obsessions are not intended.
I think that the important thing to really understand is that OCD is the opposite of who you are. So it's the opposite of the values that you hold. It would be the loving parents that develop OCD around harming their children.
Makasih Yoy. Tapi belum lagi. It's not my birthday yet, but thank you.
As a society, we tend to really get confused about this a lot. There's a huge difference between thinking something and doing it. And this is what scares a lot of people with OCD. Just because I've had a thought, does that mean I either want to do it or might be capable of doing it or have actually done it and I can't remember?
So no one with OCD has ever been found to actually act upon their compulsions and obsessions and do something really bad. It's just that they're so fearful of that thing that they feel like they need to do everything in their power to make sure it doesn't happen.
The reason why I want to work with people with OCD is that they tend to be the kindest and best people in the world. Because they are so afraid of any harm. They're always nice and gentle people and wonderful to work with. So that's the common theme you see.
Isn't that too generalist, yeah? Or no? Gonna save it after this one, yeah?
Stigma is grounded in the stereotypes of society, and stigma involves sort of separating others from us, and it can lead to distancing. So when people think that they don't want to be friends or neighbors or work with people of a certain group, and that can lead to large-scale inequality.
There's nothing positive about being OCD. OCD is debilitating and it steals people's lives away from them. And so when there's OCD jokes are made, it really kind of trivializes the severity of the condition and it perpetuates the stigma, and it makes it much more difficult for people to open up and to talk about OCD and to seek help for their problems. Helping decrease stigma is massively important.
More powerful stuff. Wow. Okay, we've watched some videos, we've learnt some things. Great. Wait. What was that noise? Did you hear that, Clang?
But the explanation is actually pretty good though. I actually like it. Hence why I said that I'm going to play this game probably offline, probably going to finish it offline. I hear some clang, but there's no one here. Right?
Okay, the door has got a load of writing all over it. Okay, what are you supposed to do though? Okay, what does it say?
I'm not my thoughts. OCD's neat freak. We're all a bit OCD. Broken. Should I click? Should I... Truth or myth? What do you mean? Should I choose? What do I do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Choose? I don't know. What do you want me to do? To be honest, I don't know. Really? Perhaps I'm supposed to choose? But I can't? So what should I do? I don't know, what should I do? I can't choose, so I don't know how to continue. What should I do? Previous instruction is to...
Who is it from?
You said what you're going to do. But then... I don't know what to do. I am trapped in the room and can't do anything. Should I sit?
Oh,
Again?
come on. No, come back, please.
What do you want me to do? Should I wait now? Have you found the knife? It's by the picture. I did? Should I take the knife?
I love a beanbag, but now's not the time for sitting down. Come on,
It's by the
let's get on with the
picture.
game and we'll have some It's the bread knives. Every time you watch the
Oh.
film, something unlocks. Let's face it, a bread knife is far more useful than a sword in this day and age. I think. Okay, I know that kind of sounds like I've confessed to something. Please don't get me arrested. Look, I just want some toast. I'm hungry. Come on. Toast. We burnt the toast. Oh, what a genius.
Oh, okay. So what should I do?
Again, we need to do something about that alarm.
What to do? Where's the alarm button? What can I do to deactivate the alarm?
Okay, can we just switch off that alarm?
How? How to switch it off? This is for the lamp, right? How to switch it off? I don't know.
Try switches. Just try the switches. Just try all the switches. Look, I just make it go away. That's really annoying.
Keep
We need to
calm
do
and
something
start to
about
look
that
away.
alarm.
Look for the bell.
Okay, can we just switch off that alarm?
How to? How to switch the alarm? I don't know.
Ah, thank goodness.
That's the switch? I thought this is the... Never mind. So,
Wait, is
my
that a washing up
toast?
sponge? No, I'm
Oh.
pretty sure I put bread in that toaster. Wait, is that how we make sponges? Great, we have a sponge. I'm not that much into cleaning. Anyone else feel compelled? Be my guest. Oh, all right. That door with the writing on it. Have we got to do something with that?
Well, I should clean it up.
You're meant to be cleaning the door, not adding more writing.
OCD can be treated.
Well, hey, nice one. Maybe we'll actually get to leave this time.
Okay.
How did the hacker escape the police?
Let's save it here. If I continue, I'm going to continue from here, right? No.
Oh. Well, we're back.
The menu, level select. Oh no! Never mind. It's okay. Going to continue this offline, yeah? Let's see. Gonna play the last